Hello. In recent events, my hometown area has been granted the holy opportunity of being harassed by the Westboro Baptist Church. When I first discovered this, I became outraged from what little I knew, and I wanted to sharpen my pitchforks and lash out. But then I came to my senses. I knew hardly anything about this church. So I decided to get some knowledge. I went to YouTube. I know. The most reliable source out there. I watched documentaries. I looked up stuff and went to the website godhatesfacts.com. What a wonderful name. After doing research, I discovered that no matter what you say or do, that group won't change their ideas. If you aren't familiar with this church, they're a religious group who go around and just speak their venom. They like to go on about how their ideas are right and we're all going to go to hell. It's God's outlook on how the world should be. And they do this by twisting the Bible from what they believe is right and wrong. And we're all wrong. If we're not in their church, we're wrong. You're wrong, I'm wrong. And their biggest campaigns are against the gay community and the deceased people, soldiers, just as they are, just as you and me are. But they go and fight a war that God hates, apparently. They go to the funerals where crying brothers, sisters, and mothers and fathers are grieving, and they just stand outside and just spit horrible things out, and it's insane. And they feel like they're obligated, they're doing God's duty, which to me that doesn't make sense. You're supposed to obviously live by the Bible and the commandments, but that's God's job to decide, not us. But then again, I don't go to church, so I'm wrong. Their biggest campaigns are against the gay community and the soldiers, and they prance around showing off their signs and spitting venom, and which their signs are very vulgar. If you haven't seen them, they have quite imagery. No one should just walk around showing off. Like, the words on it, the people standing in, a kid shouldn't walk by and see that. Whether it's straight people or gay people doing it, that's not right. And the fact that documentary I first saw, and I put in the description box, the kids were so young and saying stuff they didn't understand. I'm not going to say too much, so if you go and watch it, you'll see what I mean. To most people, the church, they're crazy. To us, their thought process and the way they go about things is illogical. They bash anyone who goes against them. And they bash people who are sacrificing their lives so they can get their freedom of speech. To me, that doesn't make sense. Today, I went to the areas where the Westboro Baptist Church said they were going to protest, and they were no-show. News cameras and other protesters against them showed up, and they didn't show up. Perhaps it was because of the weather. It snowed that morning, and there was flurries throughout the whole day, and maybe that's why they didn't show up. No matter what you do to the group, they're gonna stick to what they believe in now. Most of these people lived it their entire lives. They know no other way. Which that's kind of scary. They bring children into it, and it's just sad. But no matter what you say, they're gonna stick with what they know, and they're gonna split their venom. And I like to compare them to your third grade recess bully. Nearly everyone's had one, and if you haven't, most likely you were the bully. Just joking. If you act cowardly, you don't push back, they're gonna have their fun. If you push back, they're going to get angry and want to lash back at you even more, as they have done. And if you just stand your ground and just peaceful protest, if you even have to, then that, to me, would be the best option. I've seen videos of people going crazy, and they've claimed to have themselves been harassed, which, I mean, come on, people. You're pretty much calling everyone a fag and it's just crazy. But I think that would be the best way we should go about it. Peaceful protests, if you're gonna protest at all. If we ignore them, like the third grade bully, they're gonna go away, they're gonna get bored. And it's not for us to decide if they're gonna get what they deserve, or let's say egg their car. Ooh, that's what they got, they deserve it. Well, if you are a believer of God, then that's God to judge. If you don't believe in karma, comes around, goes around, whichever saying you want. Maybe nothing, if you don't believe in any of that. There you go. But let them be crazy, not us. Not you. Come on. Anyways, thank you for watching. Watch me ran on for so long. Oh my gosh. Like, subscribe.